Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Welcome back to the range. I'm still battling whatever it is that's going on with my sinuses, so I'm going to sound nasally again in this video, but I'm not one to just lay around and whine about it. I'd rather be down here doing what I enjoy doing, which is shooting and making these videos, than I would be just sitting around the house wishing this would go away. So I'm just going to keep on going, right on through it. And today I'm down here taking a look at the little KEL-TEC P17. This is a pistol that's been on my radar for a long time. Problem is they're kind of hard to find, at least here locally. I don't see them very often, and when I would find one, they'd be wanting way over MSRP for it. These little pistols, the MSRP is only $199, and when I'd find one in a local shop somewhere, they'd be wanting up close to $300, sometimes over $300 for one. And I understand supply and demand. You know, I don't mind paying a little more for something if it's hard to get and something I really want, but I wasn't going to pay a third over the MSRP for this little pistol. I just wasn't going to do it. So I finally found one for the $199 price point and picked it up. So that's what we're taking a look at. These are made for concealed carry, chambered in .22 long rifle. Kind of a neat little pistol. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at today here on the Buffalo Range. So I've heard a lot of people call these little pistols ugly, and I have to disagree. I think it's kind of a neat looking little pistol. Yes, it's different, but it's kind of neat looking. So I'll go over the features and I'll start at the top and just kind of work my way down. We'll look at the sights first. It does come with a fiber optic front sight. Pretty nice little sight. Got a standard square notch rear, and that rear sight is fully adjustable for both windage and elevation. Here's your elevation adjustment screw, and here's your windage adjustment screw. And they do provide you with a little Allen key wrench to make those adjustments with. I have not adjusted these. They seem to be pretty close to being right on, right out of the box. You'll notice two Torx head screws on the top of the slide here, and those were never intended to be an optics mount. They're just here to hold this plastic piece onto the steel slide. I know people are using them for optics mounts. I see the little optics mounts on eBay and stuff, but my point here is that KelTec didn't intend these to be an optics mount. 3.8 inch barrel. It is threaded. Comes with this little thread protector installed. Also comes with a .28 adapter, so that you can run your favorite muzzle device, whether that be a suppressor or whatever you wanted to run. .28 on those threads, and it does come with your little tool to change those out. Nice Picatinny rail if you want to mount a light or a laser or whatever you want to mount there. Slide stop on the left hand side of the gun only. Ambidextrous thumb safety, meaning works the same on both sides of the gun. Paddle style magazine release, again ambidextrous, works the same on both sides of the gun. Does drop the magazines free. This pistol does not have a magazine safety disconnect, meaning that if you were to lose your magazine, you can still fire the round that is in the chamber. I prefer my pistols that way. Also, most of your pistols, not all of them, but most of them that have a magazine safety disconnect won't drop the magazines free. Your little nubs here for the takedown. Pull those down to take it down. These are also serve as a buffer between the slide and the trunnion. So when the gun's running, it hits that buffer and doesn't slam into the trunnion there. Nice large trigger guard. Nicely done on the trigger guard. A little bit of grip texture on the front of the trigger guard. Not much. The trigger is very nice. It's different. I've got a snap cap here, just a dummy round. With most triggers, you'll have a little bit of take up, and then you'll come to a wall, and then you'll add pressure and the trigger breaks. This one, I can't feel a wall. It's like I'm doing my take up, I never feel a wall. Then the hammer falls. So it's a little bit different than most other triggers. However, it is a good trigger. Very light, comes in at under 3 pounds. Got a snap cap. Have to take it off safety, of course. £2, 12.4 ounces. I'm going to rack the slide and remove the dummy round. First, I want to show you, this is a hammer fired pistol, single action, hammer fired, and there is some red paint on the hammer to serve as a cocking indicator. Right now you can't see the red paint because I just fired on that dummy round and the hammer is down. So if I rack that dummy round out and recock the hammer, you'll see that red paint there. That means my hammer is cocked, I'm ready to go. And here's a look at the reset right there. As far as the ergonomics of this pistol, it feels pretty good in the hand. It actually feels pretty good. Now it's slick, very slick pistol. It's got that classic waffle iron KelTec style of grip texture on the sides, but you don't have any grip texture on the front or back strap. And this glass-filled nylon is really slick. This is a glass-filled nylon frame. It's a clamshell frame. That's why you see all the screws. It's just two halves clamshelled together. And some people say it gives it a toy-like appearance. And you know what? I'll agree with that. It does make it look a little toy-like with all those screws in it, holding the two halves together. Now it does have a steel subframe, the part with your serial number on it. I don't think I have the proper lighting to show you guys this, but the part with your serial number on it is steel, and it's a little steel subframe in here that includes your rails, encloses your fire control components and stuff. So it's not an all plastic frame. It does have a steel insert in there, but the gun is super lightweight. That's this gun's little, it's its calling card, how light it is. So here it is, completely unloaded, no magazine. Comes to 11.9 ounces. And here it is with a fully loaded magazine and one for the chamber. Brings it up to only 14.4 ounces. So I did pick up a couple of holsters for this little pistol. First I ordered this inside the waistband. I meant to order the outside the waistband, and I accidentally ordered the inside the waistband holster. And these are from Lock, Load, Conceal. Very well made holsters. Fit like a glove. Nice retention on these holsters. Just nicely done. But after I got that one, I got the outside the waistband. The older I get, the more I prefer the outside the waistband holsters. Again, just very nice quality on these holsters. And I did not get these for free. They don't know me from anybody. I ordered them from Lock, Load, Conceal, and they're very nice quality holsters. So I thought I'd show them to you guys here. The owner's manual states to use only high velocity ammunition in this pistol. Today I've been shooting this Federal 36 grain hollow point stuff, rated at 1260 feet per second. I've probably shot about 350 rounds. I've had one fail to eject, kind of stovepiped in there. But that's the only hiccup I've had today out of this stuff. I've also shot 100 rounds with this Blazer brass. This is a 40 grain round nose, rated at 1235 feet per second. No problem so far with it. Now, even though the owner's manual says to shoot high velocity ammunition, you guys that run suppressors know this stuff is still going to come subsonic out of this little 3.8 inch barrel. So you don't have to worry about that supersonic crack, even though this is high velocity ammunition. But I thought, since this is marketed as a concealed carry pistol, This is the best self-defense ammunition for .22 long rifle that I've tested so far on this channel. I thought I should try to run some of it. Now, it likely is supersonic out of this little pistol, but I wanted to see if it would run it, because if I were going to carry a .22 long rifle, this is ammunition I'd carry. So I've got 2 magazines loaded full here. Let's see if it'll run them. All right, so KelTec recommends using the slingshot method rather than just using the slide lock to drop the slide and load the chamber. And that's fine with me, because that's the way I load anyway. So we're loaded, safety is off. Let's see if it'll run these Federal Punch. Magazine drop. Yep, it'll run them. I wanted to show you guys these magazines up close. KelTec gives us 3 magazines with this pistol, which is phenomenal. You know, a lot of these pistols in today's times only come with 1 magazine. I think every pistol that accepts a magazine should come with at least 2, so you can practice changing your magazines and stuff. But KelTec gives us 3, so kudos to KelTec for giving us 3 magazines. Looking at these magazines, you can tell there's no thumb assist or anything on them to help with loading, but the loading is not that difficult with these. What I do is I'll load me 10 rounds in here, then I'll just kind of smack it on the table and seat them. Then I'll finish it off, and it does get kind of tough at about round 14, 15 to 16 can get tough to put in there. I started out when I was first shooting this, I was only putting 14 in them. But now they've loosened up a little bit, and loading 16 is no problem. So that one does have 16 in it. These are 16 round magazines, if I didn't mention that. So you get 16 in the magazine, plus your 1 in the chamber, makes 17 rounds. I'm just guessing that's why they call it the P17, because it's a 17 round pistol. I'll set that loaded one off to the side. Get a look at that follower. Pretty well made little magazines. They are serviceable. Got a little bullet button there on the bottom of the floor plate. See if I can take that off without losing something out here. I haven't had these apart. Let's see what kind of... Oh, it's a cool spring setup in these. So you can clean them, take them apart, clean them, do what you need to do. Now this is a very small, extremely lightweight pistol, but because it is chambered in .22 long rifle, it's a pistol that pretty much anybody can handle. And I've been able to make hits with it fairly well. I'm back here at 60 yards right now. Let's see if I can put some on that circle target. There you go. So you guys have probably noticed that the slide is made a little bit different on this pistol, and the way it's made, I'm sure they've done it just to keep it cheap and inexpensive, because they use steel. They didn't have to use any kind of fancy alloy or anything, and they kept it light by only using the top part of the slide here, and that's all that reciprocates on this pistol here if you look. So, but I'm going to show you how to remove this slide so you can get to your parts for cleaning. First thing you want to do, of course, is clear the pistol, remove your magazine, make sure there's nothing in the chamber. I had already did that before I turned the camera on, but we are clear. Lock the slide back with your slide lock. Pull down on both sides of these little nubs here, these little takedown nubs, and pull the slide all the way to the rear. Lift up slightly just so that it clears the barrel, and that's all there is to it. So that's all there is to the slide. Look at that. That's about as cheap as you can go and manufacture a slide. And I'm not complaining about it, I'm applauding them. They kept the price point very low on this pistol, and that's one way they done it. The evidence is there. That's That's about as simple as it gets. There's a look in the pistol here. Of course, now you get to here with a brush and clean everything. And they don't actually recommend that you take it down any farther than this. So, of course, you could if you knew what you were doing. But this is as far as they recommend taking it down for cleaning. And as far as putting it back, and I always seem to mess this up somehow, but you'll start it over. Make sure your nubs are pulled down again. Pull the slide all the way to the rear. And this is a part I always have to fiddle with for some reason. There it went. But that's it. It's back on there and ready to rock and roll. Alright, so far I'm really liking this little pistol. Very affordable, lightweight, easy to carry, shoots straight, goes bang when it's supposed to. Reliable for a rimfire especially. So don't have a lot bad to say about it. Now, I don't know about the longevity. How long will it last? I don't know. I haven't had it but a couple of weeks. I've seen videos where people are having screws walk out, safeties falling off, that sort of thing. I haven't had that happen yet. Now, I haven't doctored anything. I haven't put thread locker on any screws or anything like that. I don't like to doctor a gun up that I'm going to be doing a review on. I want things to happen organically. So far, none of the screws have loosened up. I keep checking them. The thread protector hasn't came loose or anything like that. But I've only got a little less than 500 rounds through it at this point. So stuff like that may happen later on. What I can say about it is, so far so good. I'm liking it at this point. But I guess for today, that's about all I've got. You guys remember that if anybody asks you to give up a little of your freedom for the greater good, that freedom is the greater good. And I'll talk with y'all again soon.